Hi everyone, I hope you're having a good day today. Welcome to your daily reading. This is your reading for Tuesday, August 21st, 2018. I'm going to start your reading by asking what your overall energy is for this day, the overall energy that will guide you today and guide the rest of our reading pretty much. You have restore and replenish. Just like the card says, today is your day to restore your spirit, to replenish your health, your vibrance, your energy. It seems pretty simple. Take the time to take care of yourself. If you need to step away from whatever situations you're dealing with today just to have some self-care, then do that. Today is a perfect day for you to just take care of your mental health, your physical and emotional health. Check in with yourself and relax. If you need to pull away from something, do that. So let's see what your aspirational energy is. This is energy that we kind of need to look to. This is energy that sort of represents how our day may turn out. If we reach our highest potential, it's the energy that we need to strive for, and it can also help us to understand this card a little bit better. So what is your aspirational card for today? You have the Eight of Pentacles. So with this card in this position, it is saying that you need to take some time away from whatever you've been putting your energy into. You've been putting a lot of energy into either work or relationships or some sort of projects or some sort of idea that's been exciting you. And the way you've been going about it has been a lot more stressful than it needs to be. And so with this card, it is saying that maybe take some time to step away from this thing so that you can see everything else around it. Okay, you've been kind of stuck in a tunnel vision situation, focusing on this one thing and not really indulging these other parts of yourself that need to be taken care of, not really giving your energy a chance to rest because you've just been kind of going hard all the time. So let's see what your physical challenge is today. This is concerning your job, your projects, your business, whatever work it is that you've been doing, how you feel about it or how you're dealing with it. This could also be about relationships in your life, not only romantic relationships, but any relationships, family, friends, co-workers, things on the physical realm. So what is your challenge today? You have the Seven of Cups. So your energy's been scattered. You've been, like I said, focusing on this particular thing that you've been trying to get done, but your actual mind, your desires, they've been scattered. And you've been focusing on this one thing because you think it's the right thing to do to narrow it down, but because it's not, it doesn't fulfill other aspects of yourself, you're starting to feel a bit fractured, you're starting to feel a bit torn, a bit pulled away from other things that matter to you because you're focusing on this one thing, or you're starting to feel like the other things that do matter to you are pulling you away from this thing, and it is kind of causing you some stress about it. They're pulling you away from the thing that you're trying to focus on, and while this may be good for you, because we do have this card telling you that you do need to spend some time in those areas, you're thinking that that's not good for you. You're thinking that if you can just get this task done and focus on this one thing and, you know, be a missile for your mission, then you can get back to these other things later. You can deal with these other things later. You can take care of your health and your comfort and your spiritual well-being sometime later. That's kind of where you're feeling right now because you would rather focus on this one thing. But you're being kind of pulled apart, whether you like it or not. So let's see how we can overcome this challenge. So you have the King of Cups. And you have the Queen of Cups. Huh. So just like with Restore and Replenish, this is telling you to get in touch with your creative and emotional side. Get in touch with the part of you that is emotional, with the part of you that feels spiritual. You are very much focused on these tasks and on this work and on all these things that are pulling you, that are seemingly pulling you apart. You're working pretty hard. And this is telling you to not ignore the emotional side and not to ignore your artistic and creative side and not to ignore your heart. This is also telling you not to be so focused on your emotions that you're not able to see the reality around you. Don't get so caught up in your passion or your desire for one thing that you can't see other options, that you can't see the other aspects of yourself that need attention. So here she's facing away from him and he's kind of looking down, right? And that's kind of telling me that there is a lot of emotion and creative energy that you're working with right now, but you're not actually giving it the attention that it needs. You're looking for other things. You're looking towards what you don't have. And while it's good to have goals and want to achieve certain things, you're kind of so focused on what you don't have that is all that the universe is hearing from you. What you don't have and what you are feeling kind of desperate about. So this is telling you to kind of temper those emotions, temper that desperation that you might be dealing with, and really just get back in touch with a balanced emotional state. Get back in touch with your emotional health. Do something fun for yourself today. Okay, that could be drawing, that could be writing, that could be working with clay, anything that just brings out the creative side of you, gives you a sense of peace, a sense of calm, a sense of balance, and allows you to feel like you are spiritually sound. That's what you should be focusing on today instead of everything that you don't have and all the work that you're doing to get to what you don't have. So let's see what's going on under the surface and what's challenging you on the emotional, spiritual, or mental side. You have Judgment. So today you might be feeling like you're on a certain path, or that you've been on a certain path for much of your life, and now you've gotten a little bit out of place. You feel like you knew what you were doing, you knew where you were going at some point, but now you're no longer sure if the path you're taking is actually true to who you are, true to your core desires, to your core beliefs, because you've just been on it for so long and you've gotten to this point where you're no longer able to see the beginning or the end. You're just kind of caught in the mire. So let's see how we can overcome this particular challenge today. How can we overcome this feeling of almost being stuck on our path, or not stuck, but lost on our path? We know that we're making a particular route. We know that we're heading somewhere, but no longer are you able to see where that somewhere is. No longer is the path clear or straight. It is twisted and confusing. And you keep working hard and you keep following it because what else can you do? You have the King of Swords and the Six of Cups. So this is telling you to try to remember the start of your journey. Remember what inspired you in the first place. Remember what what it is that made you start this path, that made you start this endeavor, whatever it is you've been working so hard on and so hard for, whatever it is you've been spending all this time trying to create and focus on. Remember why. Remember what inspired you in the first place. Remember, what felt good about it, what made you smile, what made you excited to pursue this. Remember what it means to you. Spend some time really thinking about that and try to look at this situation as objectively as you can, or at least without judging it. Which I think is funny because you do have the judgment card, but try to think about it without judging it. Try to think of it just as it is. Just, this is the situation I'm in. This is how I got here. This is how I started this path. And this is where I wanted to go. This is where my dreams were leading me, or at least where I hoped they were leading me before I got lost here. So spend more time really figuring out your reasons and figuring out where you want to go and what you want out of your life and what brings you joy. But again, because this card, I think it really is important for you to go back to the beginning. Go back to where it all started and lay it out so that you can really see what it is that you've been doing and what your path actually has been and what you want it to be and how to forge that path to the outcome that you desire. So let's see what your energy is for the end of this day. I would, of course, like to say thank you to everyone who is here and those who send me messages on Facebook. And always, always, always thank you to the guides and beings that bring us together so that I can share these messages with you. So what is your energy for the end of this day, this Tuesday? You have the Eight of Cups. And the Five of Swords. You might be feeling a little bit resistant to taking a break because you've been in this place of working so hard for so long that you don't really know of another way to solve these problems. You don't really know of another way to deal with your goals, with your life, with your choices, other than the way you've been doing it. But this is telling you that it is time to let these things go, these methods that have not been working for you, these things that have brought you exhaustion, that have gotten you to the point where you've worked yourself into a circle and you're no longer seeing progress, you're no longer seeing growth. It's time for you to release these things and to get to the bottom of why you got so stuck. And it won't necessarily be an easy thing for you because you might have a bit of a stubborn mindset about it. But there can be a win in this for you if you are able to let go of those missile kind of directive behaviors. If you really think about your path, think about where it came from, what you're trying to do, think about what inspires you emotionally, then you'll be able to overcome this exhaustion that you might be dealing. So take today off. Not necessarily from your job, but if that's possible, definitely do it, I say. But take the day away from focusing so hard on this one thing that you've been focusing on, or this goal that you've been trying to make happen, and just let yourself relax. Let yourself rest. Let yourself breathe. Treat yourself with love. Remember, again, what inspired you in the first place. Just take some time to think about where you want to go and how you can get in touch with your heart. Make something with your hands, something, like a drawing, something creative. Use your mind today in conjunction with your heart. And try not to overwork yourself. Don't push yourself any harder than you need to. because you have been working pretty hard already. Today is a good day for you to relax, for you to let go of this need to push yourself, this drive to be something that society wants you to be. You're pushing yourself and putting yourself through stress. And for what? These other parts of you, these other things that have been kind of calling out to you, they're doing so for a reason. Don't ignore that call. Take care of yourself. Take care of your heart. Take care of your spirit. Take care of your body. Eat well, drink plenty of water, and get lots of rest today. And that is your reading for Tuesday, August 21st, 2018. I do hope that this reading was helpful to you in some way, and if it was, let me know in the comments below. And if you did like this video, click like and subscribe. Click the little bell button so that you can get notifications whenever there is a new video, because I'm not always going to post it on Facebook. And thank you a million times again. Remember always that I love you. Bye!